Hey guys, DJParson here, and we have yet another match of the International Championship. You've seen 3 matches, and we have another one here. Another 4-player match versus Rob Stedman, then me on second position. We have Shadow Knight and Raceland 3M. And let's take a quick look at the leaders and wonders. Cleopatra already been taken. Then we have Colosseum, Library, Pyramids, Joan of Arc, No Bach, Shakespeare, Suez, and Cook and Isabella. Ocean Liner statue. We have Bill Gates, Fleming Hollywood, Chaplin Hollywood, Einstein, Gandhi. Alright. So yeah, Rob takes Cleopatra. I take the Pyramids. I mean, the first 2 cards stockpile and patriotism, so I don't want a leader plus one of those cards, so I take the best card on the second row, which in my opinion is the Pyramids. Shadow Knight will go Stonehenge for 3. Could have gone, I don't know, Moses, Urban Growth instead. Raceland takes Hammurabi and Patriotism. Interesting that he goes for Patriotism instead of the stockpile. I usually would have preferred the stockpile, I think. Alright, let's see. Rob will elect Cleopatra. We'll build the lab first. Increase pop and can grab a frugality maybe? Yes, grabs the frugality. Then let's see what I will do. I of course still need a leader. I will get Aristotle, so I'm pretty happy about that. Aristotle plus Pyramids is very great. Can build the mine and increase pop. So just the usual things. Get a kidnap and a card, so I can't push next turn. Shadow Knight goes to Alex. And then he also gets the mine and pop. Yeah. And then for our last player, Raceland. Does he still need a... Yeah, he still needs the wonder. He can take the Colosseum. Takes Monarchy. That's a good Monarchy this early on. Builds a mine. Ooh, he doesn't want one of these wonders. He's preparing for a revolution. With Hammurabi for 2 science. Next turn he could revolution. And then still have 1 civil action left, so yeah, not bad. I mean, these developments could give him some problems getting out of corruption. Then the first one we get is development of markets. He will grab the Colosseum, build a mine. He has used the rocks of Cleo, and then increase population. So next turn Rob can finish the Colosseum if he wants to. I will build a lab still, will grab the iron, that gives me extra science thanks to Aristotle, so next turn I can already go for iron. So we might see an early iron and then delay the pyramids a little bit maybe. Shadow Knight will use Alex immediately, grabs a breakthrough and a code, both of them pretty good. He will not have corruption, he will have a lot of rocks though. Then Raceland will indeed go for that revolution, and can we have a wonder and build a warrior? Okay. Interesting that he now decides to go for the wonder. I guess there would have been problems if no early H1 wonder would come out. He might have problems spending all of his rocks. So I kind of like that. On the other hand, it would have been quite nice to build the philosophy this turn, so he would have more science. But okay, on the other hand, he can just finish the library next turn, so it's not bad. Not bad at all. Rob will finish the Colosseum, grabs Knights and Zizka. Not getting the breakthrough, but getting Zizka and Knights instead. That always is a dangerous combo. I will go for the iron. I can upgrade 1 of those. Can grab a rich land and a breakthrough maybe, or the swordsman. Yeah, I take the swordsman instead. I don't know, maybe I should have grabbed the breakthrough instead of the rich land. I do have extra science thanks to Aristotle. But breakthrough still, I already have the iron. So I do have extra rocks, but no extra science. I guess I also have extra science from Aristotle. I still think maybe the breakthrough would have been better than the rich land. I do like the swordsman, it gives me an extra science. And with Rob going for Zizka and Knights, that could be dangerous. Shadow Knight will open the development of trade routes. Grabs iron. Will build 1 stage. Then go for iron, can upgrade 1 and build a warrior to get off corruption. So clean play. We'll have a lot of rock production. He still has that Stonehenge, so extra science from there. We will give him the Code of Laws if he wants that. And then let's see, Raistland grabs Patriotism, grabs the Alchemy. Will he not finish? He will not finish. Oh, he will. Right, yes, Hammurabi, he will still finish the library. So getting that extra science. And enough for Alchemy next turn if he wants that. Rob now gets the development of Civil Life. He can use that to develop the Knights maybe. Or what did he do? Increases population, builds an extra, or builds one religion with Cleopatra rocks. And then goes for Zizka, Irrigation, Masonry. So he will fulfill the tactic once, got to 3 strength, so I'm not really pressuring at the moment. But yeah, okay, he goes for irrigation. He still has a lot of rocks, so if he really wants to, if he gets a better tactic, he could still go for those knights, build 2 next turn, show a new tactic and become really strong. But not at the moment. Development of settlement opened by me. I can then finish the library. I can go for... I did go for the swordsman with the development of civil life. And then I will grab myself a Himeji castle, or the Himeji castle. So staying the weakest, but there's still 2 development cards, so I'm not too worried at the moment. Ooh, I do get a tactic as well. Medieval army, pretty strong. Shadow Knight will go for the code after finishing the Stonehenge. Grabs rich land, shows the fighting band. So he's going up to 3 strength as well. Raistland opens development of warfare. A lot of guys have already built an extra warrior. He can take that one. Rob can too. I can take 3 warrior and I will be quite happy about that. Shadow Knight can also take it, so everybody gets another 3 warrior. Then Raistland will go for the alchemy, upgrade 1. Grabs knights. So how many copies of Knight are left? Just the 1. And then we see from him also the fighting band, so he's actually going to become the strongest for now. Now Rob opens the development of religion, so extra religion for him. But he has to choose. Does he want to take the free warrior or the free religion? He decides to take the warrior instead of the religion. I will be able to take both, so that's quite good for me. I can then even go for Joan of Arc, so I really like this free religion. But Rob will indeed go for knights. 2 copies, as we said, and he even gets the phalanx. So 12 strength from him now. As I said, Zizka plus knights is dangerous. He got the extra free warrior. He has the 2 farms for Zizka, and then 2 knights gives him the phalanx 2 times. Grabs the theology. At least I will be able to get Joan of Arc to maybe defend a little bit. Let's see how I can respond to this. Probably don't want to push at the moment. No, I will take the free religion. I will upgrade 1 more iron. Let's see what else. Grab a warfare. Can grab a printing press. And then I could develop the warfare. I also will go for Joan of Arc. Then I will elect her. Will upgrade a warrior and another one. And grab the rich land. Okay, so I just wanted the... For now, just wanted the warfare to get the extra science from Aristotle. Not deciding to develop the warfare. I mean, I'm a 5 strength. Would I have really enough chance of a defend against Rob if I got the warfare? Maybe, but also maybe not. I mean, maybe. Yeah, with the warfare, I would go to 6 strength for military actions. Would make it relatively likely for me to be able to defend. But I decided I want the rich land instead. With those 2 defend cards, won't have enough. Won't have enough. If I had gone for the warfare, I would be able to defend. Let's see if Rob even will go for an aggression. Shadow Knight has to build an extra warrior. Going up to 6 strength. I mean, he can be aggressed. Like with 2 military actions, he has no chance of defending an aggression. So if Rob goes for an aggression, he probably should go against Shadow Knight. Shadow Knight has a lot of rock production. And I mean, if I had 3 defend cards, even then I couldn't defend. So yeah, I guess Rob can choose who he wants to aggress. Raistland now will also take the free religion. Goes for knights with the patriotism. Even has another patriotism. We'll build 2 knights. Okay, he's ready for something. Grabs the Code of Laws. Let's see who Rob, or if Rob, will aggress. Yes, and against me. Damn. Maybe I should have gone for the warfare, but even with that, I mean, then I would have been able to defend, right? With 6, yeah, then I would have been able to defend. Sadly, not like this, so I will lose a population. Rob gets an extra 2 food and 2 rocks. We'll upgrade 1, 2 of his irrigations, and increase pop. Still staying on 12 strength, so it could be even another aggression in his next turn. I will push. I see the new deposit, of course, with Joan of Arc. I see that on top. I will then destroy the farm. Destroy a mine, but I can rebuild it immediately as an iron, so not the biggest deal for me that I didn't get that last turn. The warfare and lost the aggression. Because I could, it wasn't like I had enough population, I could destroy the mine but rebuild it immediately afterwards. And now I'm definitely fine with strength, 9 strength, 4 mace and the magic castle to defend. Shadow Knight, ooh, that's a great pickup for him. He gets the Universitas, decides not to finish it immediately, could have finished that in 1 turn. He wants to make sure that he can defend perhaps. Upgrade twice here and gets the extra free civil action from Gutenberg to build another philosophy. We could say that maybe he's going... No, we can't really say that. He's going to finish the Universitas, be at 4 science production. That's not too much. I mean, after that he still has time to upgrade alchemies. But with the many rocks that he has, also from the new deposits, he's looking still pretty good. Let's see what Wasteland will do here. Inhabited territory. Rob is able to win it for a knight. Okay. So he had 3 defend cards. I have 3 defend cards, so there are not that many defend cards left actually. Wasteland will go for Saladin. Destroys Aurora to build a knight. And shows the heavy cav to go up to 12 strength. So now he is the strongest. Bread and Circus and Engineering Genius. Alright. H2 will start. Rob will go for Open Borders Agreement with Shadow Knight, but Shadow Knight says no. Doesn't want that at all. Rob will go for Alchemy here and Masonry. Can then upgrade both of his. Hey, Rob is not looking bad, and the only thing he's really missing is rocks. But he has great food and science now. Let's see if I will push. I have only the wealthy to do that. I will decide against it. Go for irrigation. Can develop that this turn. Upgrade 1 and 2. And then I could increase population. And I decide to do exactly that. So yeah, just kind of a filler turn. Not a bad first turn in H2. You can't grab H2 cards and then just using that to upgrade irrigation. Early draw of War over Territory is definitely interesting. There is also, I guess there's no Napoleon, so we can't immediately switch into full military. But with a War over Territory in hand, maybe we can do something. We still would need some things like Happy Faces and a new military tech. But it's definitely good to have the option in hand. Shadow Knight will now finish his Universitas, grabs the Alchemy with Gutenberg, upgrades both of his last 2 warriors, grabs a drama and reserves. Didn't want to upgrade his last mine. He's fine with 7 rocks for now. Now Wasteland opens Good Harvest. That's great that I just upgraded my food production. And then Wasteland will have to go for Bread and Circus. At least he has that, so he is ready. He saw that coming with the end of the age. So he will build that, grab 2 reserves. And then maybe next turn he can go for Code of Laws. Rob now opens the Cultural Influence. Yeah, not too much of a difference. I get the most, so that's nice. Rob will then increase pop once, grabs the cannons. Cannon's also pretty dangerous in the hand of Zizka. I think I really like that he goes for an extra bronze here. Like, that's the one thing he's really missing. He has the population and it's free, and what else is he gonna do with the population in the near future? Probably not that much, so I really like that he builds an extra mine here. Now I could go for Nobel next turn. Let's see if I do that. Let's see if I play refugees. No, but I will go for Nobel. I could elect him right now if I wanted. I probably want that because of the extra science production. Yeah. So then I grab urban growth and the monarchy. Monarchy, not so sure about that. I mean, maybe even the theocracy would have been better. Theocracy could enable a war over territory if I get the extra happy face. Go for the war with, I don't know, yeah, it still wouldn't be that easy. But if I go for government form, maybe it should have been theocracy over that monarchy here. Oh, we get a tactic. Sadly, not one that is an easy transition. We would need cavalrymen and cannons. Can't use our swordsman for that tactic. That's good to have it anyway. Shadow Knight will develop the alchemy, grab strategy. That's a great pickup for him. Can increase population. He will also upgrade one alchemy, so he will have corruption here. Couldn't get out of that. Still doesn't have the most civil actions. Raceland will open scientific breakthrough. That is also good for pretty much everybody. Besides maybe Raceland, he has the least. But this, I mean, sure, this justice system over the Code of Laws gives him a lot less problems with corruption because of the blue cubes. On the other hand, he had Code of Laws in hand, so that's going to clog up his hand quite a bit. And it cost him essentially 4 civil actions because he had to grab it for 3, and now the Code of Laws civil action that he spent is wasted. I mean, sure, it is the better tech, but is it really worth 3 extra civil actions here? I'm not so sure. He will grab himself Wonder with his Engineering Genius in hand. He goes for the Statue of Liberty and another fission upgrade. I guess he has a lot of hand space, so maybe it's not a problem to have the Code of Laws in his hand still. Rob gets the foray, and he will be able to be one of the 2 guys who gets to win this, because he opened it. He will then go for Theology, upgrades 1, builds another knight, grabs a rich land. So maybe he's planning still to go for coal. Could easily do that. He has a lot of science still. Let's see, I grab organized religion, so I also get my happy faces. We'll upgrade 1. I guess maybe I could have at least gone for Republic. I do have the warfare, so with that the Republic is fine. Maybe not great, but at least fine. And I'm still sitting on my despotism, and then I guess I can maybe wait. There are 4 government forms in H2. The Republics are usually not that highly contested. I guess Shadow Knight could go for it. He has the strategy. So yeah, probably. Yeah, I don't know if I needed the organized religion this time. Maybe I could have gone for the Republic instead. We'll grab a patriotism. I mean, I can still try to make a war happen, and then Republic wouldn't be really what I wanted. Okay, now this is a great tactic to pick up the classic army. Because now I only need the cavalrymen. Hopefully I can pick those up. Shadow Knight will go for theaters. Can upgrade 1 more lab with Gutenberg. Goes for the strategy. He won't go for Republic. Okay. Can upgrade 1 more iron to get out of corruption. He does that. 5 civil, 5 military actions. All pretty close in strength. Developed territory. Raceland able to win it. That is a lot of units. I mean, he didn't even bid that high. He only bid 4. But he didn't have a single colonization card in his hand. Has to send 3 units for this. That's expensive. I mean, yeah, sure, he didn't need the warriors at the moment, but still, that's quite expensive. He will rebuild 1 of the knights. Goes for coal here. And a breakthrough. and he denies the Republic or grabs the Republic. I guess Rob still could have gone for that as well. Yeah, Rob still needs a government form too, so Rob probably would have gone for the Republic, so Raistlin denying him that. Raiders, sadly I am one of the 2 weakest, so he will have to lose something. Rob then goes for journalism. Okay, can build run. Yeah, he probably would have been a lot happier to get the coal, but that was denied by Raistlin, so now he has to find another way to spend some rocks, and journalisms do a great job at doing that. They are so expensive. But I still like it, I think. More science, something to do at least. Alternative would have probably been like grab some cards, like efficient upgrade, but they are expensive. I really like this journalism. And he still has the chance to go for coal. So let's see, immigration, I have the most happy face, so that's great for me. I get the scientific method. So we'll get up a lot of science production here as well. Can upgrade 1 and immediately another one too. Use the patriotism to build another swordsman, so I'm going up to 15 strength, now the strongest. One problem might be that I miss out on the cavalrymen, but everybody besides Shadowknight already has knights. So they're probably not too keen on the cavalrymen, so my hope is that I can grab them later on. And maybe Shadowknight, I mean Shadowknight doesn't have the most civil action, so it looks like he won't be taking the cavalrymen here too. Now the second copy has come out, so I'm pretty confident I will be able to get one of those. But Shadowknight goes for food production, so he's looking very solid now as well, has everything together. There is a pact offer from Raistlin for me. Raistlin produces an extra rock, I produce extra food. I didn't want this. I didn't want to give Raistlin the extra rocks. It's always hard to deny the international trade agreement in a 4-player game, because I would have still gotten the extra food, but I felt like that wouldn't do all that much, and I didn't want to give extra rocks to Raistlin, because then he would be really strong. Now he will go for iron, for coal, gets a lot of rocks anyway. Grabs a rifleman, engineering genius, and the revolutionary idea. Rob opens the developed territory. Shadowknight able to win it for just a swordsman, that's really good for him. Rob now grabs a rifleman, upgrades or develops that, upgrades 1. Increases pop, grabs an opera, and oh, he has a tactic. He shows the Napoleonic army with Zizka. He is fulfilling that with the cannons, and he can easily transition as well. He only needs the cannons. So I don't know if it's necessary to show the tactic at this point. It gives all of us information. On the other hand, Napoleonic army is like one of the hardest to copy. Like I'm not really in position to do that. Shadowknight neither, and then Raistlin. I mean, sure, if he gets cannons, maybe, but yeah. Rob just using that at the moment to be the strongest. Autonomous territory, and I get that for 4+ only. I still have to send both swordsmen, because apparently no one is drawing colonization cards. Like, that is such a low bid. Sure, Shadowknight just spent 2 colonization cards on winning the other territory, the developed, but me getting autonomous here is really, really great. I will then grab cavalryman, will develop that, build 1, can get off corruption, and then maybe grab the Cornmont. Not sure if I needed the cavalryman this turn. I could have just said I go for the Cornmont first. Because I have the magic cards, so aggression from Rob probably wouldn't have happened. This does mean I'm not the weakest, so that's good at least. But I could have also just stayed weakest for 1 turn. If I had gone for the Conmon, I would have been able to grab the wave, maybe the breakthrough, maybe the efficient upgrade for the religion. So that this does hurt not getting a lot of these great cards. So I think I disagree going for the cavalryman this turn. Could have just gone for Conmon, grabbed some extra yellow cards, and then especially the wave next turn would have been really great. Shadowknight will go for the Republic with the strategy, and Catherine, he has enough military actions. He will also grab the cavalryman, upgrade 1 more food, build another warrior, or swordsman rather, breakthrough, and team sports. Not sure why he needs team sports, but maybe a fission upgrade would have been better. I guess he doesn't have too many happy face, so why not team sports? Alright, Raistlin offers the pact again. Right, now I remember. I wasn't exactly sure why I didn't accept the first pact, but Raistlin had written that he offered the pact in the wrong order, and he left me the choice to deny that one, and then he would offer me that again. This time the correct order, and this time I accept, so I get the extra rocks, he gets the extra food. Of course, I could have accepted the pact when he offered me in the wrong way. He also wrote, we weren't exactly sure how it is in sportsmanship like, but I think it's okay. He gave me the option. I could have accepted, then he would have probably cancelled the pact afterwards. So yeah, this is how it went off. I wasn't remembering before, but now I do. So now we have the pact, which is of course good for me. Now I produce extra rocks, exactly what I want. And now Raistlin has finished the Statue of Liberty. And a lot of cards in hand. He really likes his cards in hand, but he will lose 2 to get extra hand space, but he will also lose Saladin. Rob opens the popularization of science. I have the most on that at the moment, thanks to the 2 scientific methods. And then Rob will go for James Watt and Cole, I guess. We'll build a cannon. Elect James Watt, grab the coal, so next turn he will be able to develop that and upgrade that. And he's gonna stay relatively strong with 20 strength, or very strong at the moment. I open the strategic territory. Shadow Knight once again able to win this one. Again, he's drawing the cards. Looks like he didn't before, but now he has 2 colonization cards to win the strategic territory. I can go for Conmon now, finally. Build an extra cavalryman and another one. And then I will show the Conquistadors first. This is enough to become strong. I didn't want to show the classic army immediately, because that could be copied by Shadow Knight, but this tactic is one of the worst H2 tactics, so it's not as bad, and it still makes me the strongest, so I felt like I could easily show that. And even if I just get 1 more population, for example next turn, just 1 cavalryman is enough to fulfill Conquistadors 2 times, and then that's even better than only 1 classic army. So really happy with that decision to show that, to have both of the tactics available. I will then grab Urban Growth and Cannon. Oh, and we actually redraw the tactic that we discarded before. I think we had the Mobile Artillery before, but now we draw it again, and now the transition is actually a lot easier. We have 3 cavalrymen and only 2 swordsmen, so going for extra cannons could mean this is better than staying with the classic army. But first we start into H3. I lose the monarchy and the printing press, don't need them. Raistlin loses Saladin, Code of Laws and Urban Growth. And then we get economic progress. Shadow Knight actually gets a lot here. 4 food, 6 rocks. I still get 5 rocks, Raistlin 7 even. Just Rob doesn't get quite as much, so Rob probably a little bit sad that this happens before he gets to the coal. And now Shadow Knight goes for the sewers. And he can finish it immediately. And the colony that he gets is inhabited. This is strong. Now all of a sudden he has 11 rock production and a very healthy yellow bank and 8 food for production. This is insane. He will build probably a couple of cavalrymen to get out of corruption. 2 of those, 20 strength. Shadow Knight is looking strong. 11 rocks. Even culture, he's not behind. He is actually the one with the most culture and the most production. So it looks like in H3, Shadow Knight will be the one to beat, if anybody wants to come in first. Raistlin will develop the Rifleman. Can build 1, increase pop, build another one. I mean, I know at least that he doesn't have the classic army. Same goes for Shadow Knight, so they are ready for my classic army, but they don't have it. Maybe they can or are looking to copy the Conquistadors still. Raistlin just needs another knight, then he will have that 2 times as well. We'll upgrade 1 more coal. We have Cornmon. Alright. So Rob Rejected. Shadow Knight rejects the scientific corporation, doesn't want to be part of that. 16 science plus 6. Shadow Knight has 12 plus 6. I guess the biggest thing why Shadow Knight says a no to this is because if Shadow Knight would have accepted this, Rob could have gone for the democracy this turn. I don't know if he would have, or if he didn't want to get the coal online, but just the option to go for democracy when he is on despotism maybe would have been too strong. But Rob now will go for coal instead, can upgrade with that rich land. Just a little bit late after economic progress. In H3, doing these upgrades isn't quite what you want. Let's see what I push. If I push... No, I don't push. I go for war versus Raceland. The war over territory. Will develop a cannon. Will upgrade the religion to organized religion. Can increase pop. And then build another cavalryman. Grab the revolutionary idea. Opera. And that's it. But I will fulfill the conquistadors 2 times, going up to 31 strength. Not sure exactly why I developed the cannons. Like, I didn't really need that. I guess nothing else to grab that I really wanted. Maybe. It's not like I needed the hand space. And another war over territory versus Raceland. Shadow Knight. Will he copy our tactic? He builds a cavalryman. Builds another one. Does he have a tactic? Yes, hussars. So he's going up to 33 with those hussars. Grabs urban growth and journalism. And the democracy. Yeah, he has a lot of civil actions. He's still looking great. Now with this war will improve his yellow bank even more. What can Raceland do? Military theory, that helps. That definitely helps him. This actually is looking to be very strong. 30 strength from him because he can copy the conquistadors. And they even built another rifleman, so he will be able to defend this. Great draw with the military theory. Will win the war against me if I don't sacrifice. I could easily just sacrifice a unit. If I sacrifice the cavalryman, I will get another yellow cube instead of losing one, so that's probably worth it. But Shadow Knight will just get a draw versus Raceland. Now Warp all of the sun is pretty behind in strength. Oh, and the refugees. I played the refugees. Sadly, these two guys could get stronger than me, so I won't be the one to win this. Rob can build another army, so he's going up to 30 strength as well. Grabs air forces and mechanized agriculture. Yeah, still with only 5 rock production. This is his big problem at the moment. Also not a lot of civil actions, still on despotism, so he can't grab a lot of yellow cards or anything to make up for his bad production. So I do decide to sacrifice cavalrymen to go up to, or be able to go over Racing and win this war. And then push and we get the terrorism. Ooh. Terrorism will be harsh. All of us, I guess Shadow Knight won't lose that much, but Rob losing his journalism will be quite bad. I will lose either scientific method or organized religion. But I will go for Einstein. I will elect him right now. Grab reserves. Can build a cannon, destroying a swordsman. Develop one tech and another, so I will be able to get the Nobel Prize. I just deleted the swordsman because I wanted to use my military actions. I probably want to transition into mechanized army or mobile artillery before. So sacrificing the swordsman, building a cannon means I don't lose out on card draw. So I like that. Let's see, 22 strength. At least I have the Himeji Castle. I have defend cards, so I can defend. Here we see the draw in the second war of territory. Shadow Knight will use Catherine. Right, he could still do that, so I will lose a yellow cube. Shadow Knight will gain 1. Rob also loses 1. And then Shadow Knight with the Engineering Genius, with the Wonder, builds another cavalryman, going up to 36 strength. Raceland opens the civil unrest. He's the only one with discontent worker, so you will lose 4 culture. We'll go for Chaplain for happy faces. Only happy faces. I guess he can grab a movies, but he can't even develop that next turn. Can grab an urban growth. This is rough. Raistlin, yes, he stabilized the war, but now he's still looking rough with only 3 science production. He has a lot of rock production, but yeah, just no science for him. He had to destroy. I think he had a second lab at some point. Had to destroy it maybe for defending. Maybe he should have even deleted one of the agricultures then. Not sure. Let's see. Rob grabs democracy for 3. He finally gets a new government form. Can rebuild. Wait, what? Raistlin didn't destroy. Really? Raistlin destroyed theology instead of journalism. And that's 3 rocks different. Rob could easily rebuild, so I'm not sure why. He did destroy the temple, H2 temple from me and H1 theater from Shadow Knight. I guess because if it was the other way around, like if he could have done that before the civil unrest came out, that would have been a lot better. But now it's just easily rebuilt for Rob, who will grab patriotism, has oil. Yeah, I mean the oil is not bad if he gets the time. But I do have the input of industry and I do play it. We get the freedom of movement, that's great for me. I can rebuild the swordsman into another cannon. I can then go for oil too. And I actually will do that with having played the input of industry. This will pay off pretty quickly, hopefully. I can upgrade to oil, grab patriotism and satellites. I did lose one of my scientific methods. And then I can play the tactic. Once again, not showing the big one, just showing the small one, the mobile artillery. I can still later on play the mechanized army. So 28 strength, still the weakest, but not in any danger, especially with 13 rock production now. Should be fine. And I don't draw impacts, I draw a war. So with this War of a Culture in hand, this looks promising. I have the Magic Castle, I have a lot of rocks, and some of the players are relatively weak. So maybe we can make that work. But the first war declared, or the first War of a Culture at least, is from Shadow Knight versus Rob. Shadow Knight will go for tanks. Yeah, with 18 rocks in his bank, he can build 1 arena and then 2 more tanks. 60 strength from him. Computers, vision upgrade. Yeah, he even gets the Nobel Prize here. And then a big war versus Rob. Raistlin also goes for war versus Rob, the hybrid war this time. Revolutionary idea for him. And tanks. 1, 2, 3, 4 upgrades. 46 strength for him. It's not that much. Hope can Rob defend 6. I mean, first of all, he has a big uprising problem. He only has 6 rocks, but he has the patriotism, so he can build 1 air force, which is 13. So this will not be like a big war for Raistlin, but just maybe trying to hurt Rob as much as possible. Arms industry, actually extra rocks for Rob. Rob gets 4 extra rocks, so he can go for air forces, destroy a couple of mines, go for 1 air force and another one. He will actually be able to win this. Where did he get those extra rocks? Right, he had patriotism and then the extra rocks from the arms industry gave him enough for 2 air forces. Could even go for Marie Curie, giving him another 2 strength, 1 strength. Grabs military build-up. So that war turned out pretty bad for Raistlin. He thought he could go for a sneaky war, hybrid war, but Rob said no, he will only lose, I mean he still loses 10 culture to Shadow Knight, but he will gain 10 from Raistlin. Now what I do, all of a sudden everybody gotten pretty strong, so I don't want to go for war. I can destroy farm, go for extra cannons, show the new tactic, 44 strength at least, grab the military theory and the revolutionary idea, and then maybe reserves. Yeah, all the reserves, all the rocks, patriotism in hand. I mean, now I can definitely still defend. Defending won't be a problem with this many rocks in hand. I can just spam cannons. But will Shadow Knight go for war or maybe an aggression? But I still have the Magic Castle. He will steal 10 culture from Rob and goes for another war versus Rob. Poor Rob having wars constantly, but Shadow Knight with the air forces. Can go for one and another one. 2 air forces, 79 strength. Sid Meier grabbed for Shadow Knight. So this one will be harder for Rob to defend. Raistlin loses 9 culture to Rob. Will then push. We get international agreement. Raistlin will rebuild one of those labs. Grabs himself a project to maybe defend if there's gonna be another war. Rob, can he defend somehow? Politics of Strength, I won't be drawing cards, but that's not going to be a problem. At least this wasn't shown in Age 4, because I'm not going to draw cards anyway. Age is going to be over before. So Rob has military buildup. Is it that not enough? He's the second strongest, so military buildup would only give him 3 rocks. That's only 1 air force. I mean, he still could have built that, but he decides against it. So 55 to 79, that's going to be a lot of culture lost. My last chance to go for war is happening now in Age 4. Will I be able to do that? Yes, I go for another war versus Rob. Poor Rob. Remember in Age 1 and 2 when he was the strongest, started so strong with Zizka, but I now will go for air forces. Destroy a mine, build 1 air force. Can go for the satellites as well. Build another air force. And use the reserves for food so I won't run into any starvation problems. 77 rocks, 77 strength versus Rob. But first, this one is resolved. 29 culture for Shadow Knight, who at least doesn't have yet another war. But he has historic territory. But I'm actually able to win this thanks to the satellites that he just went for. And I get it for only a cavalryman, so this is quite nice for me. Shadow Knight then will go for Sid Meier computers. Upgrade 1. Goes for another arena. Will have enough with the reserves and engineering genius to go for still his wonder. The fast food chains also builds a drama. Yeah, he's having a great game still. Raistlin now opens the first impact. Input of Industry 4 to 10 to 8 to 9. Yeah, Raistlin, I mean, Rob still has 1 active war, so it might get close between Raistlin and Rob. I also still have the war, so I might have a chance against Shadow Knight, but the problem is Shadow Knight has his wonder. Okay, now my project, only +3 culture for Raistlin and a little bit of extra strength, but will that really matter here? Builds a farm to get out of the minus food production, grabs civil service, can go for that next turn. So he has grabbed all of the blue techs with civil actions. Rob can go for military alliance, that will help him defending here a little bit. Can destroy farms. And this with the military buildup. How much strength is he gonna get? He's gonna get another army if I don't see this wrong. Yeah. 76. He actually gets higher than me, so I once again will have to use the Magic Castle to win this war. And I think with that it should be pretty clear that Shadow Knight is unreachable for me. If I'd gotten the big war here, like 20-30 culture, maybe there would have been a chance. But here I only get 8. Sadly also don't have enough for the United Nations. Missing some rocks. Can rebuild the Air Force so that Shadow Knight can't go for an aggression. I can go for the wonder, but I can't finish it. Shadow Knight opens Input of Progress, 8 to 16 to 10 to 12. But yeah, Shadow Knight still has his production and he still has his wonder. 28 from the fast food chains. Yeah, great fast food. If you have a lot of colonies that give you extra yellow cubes and a lot of population in general, Shadow Knight can destroy something, build a couple of religions. Yeah, he's gonna come in first here. I think that should be clear at this point. Raistlin goes for movies, so at least finally he gets his movies. 10 culture production and a religion, but that's gonna be it. Quite high strength for a lot of us. Bit of science, 15 for Shadow Knight, 10 for me, 5 and 0. Competition 28, 18, 23 and 17. Yeah, pretty crazy. Shadow Knight with 28, but still only the same strength as I have. So I have a lot more efficient military, obviously, with Air Force and the mechanized army, versus him only having the... I mean, Hussars aren't inefficient, but compared to my tactic, they are a little bit. Okay, let's see the rest of the impacts. Architecture 8, 6, 5 and 5, not the biggest architecture this game. Harmony 24, 4 for me only, 8 for Rob, 16 for Raistlin. Variety 16, 16, 14 and 16. And the last one, Wonders 14, 9, 5 and 10. Yeah, congratulations Shadow Knight. He had a great game from relatively early on with his early iron. Really well played in the beginning with using the Stone Age for iron, and then the Code of Laws was really nice. And then when he won those territories, switched into or went for the Suez Canal, was really great. So yeah, congrats to him, well played indeed. I guess I have to be happy. There was no chance I would get first here, so I secure my second place, which is good enough. Poor Rob was still able to come in second, even though he had like 4 or 5 wars on him. I mean, Rayson also had 2 over territories on his hand, but he surprised us and almost won those. And then Rob did the same, reversed the war from Raistlin to great effect. So yeah, congrats to Shadow Knight, and then I hope you guys also enjoyed the video. This was quite an interesting game with a lot of wars, so I thought this was pretty exciting. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you guys next time.